Hi everyone and welcome to my official first sewing vlog. And if you're my subscribers, you're probably wondering, Stella, where have you been all these months? Also, where's the knitting content? Okay, I'm gonna explain that, but today we're gonna be talking about sewing. And if you're not into sewing content, don't worry, the knitting content is in production. I already filmed part of the next video. You know, I'm not super fast to publish new videos, but it's in production. And the reason why I'm actually not doing any knitting right now, first of all, look how I'm dressed. Looks like it's still summer, right? And it's not because it's warm in our house, because we don't have central heating, so it's never warm in here. But until this week or previous week, we had so many warm days, not even hot days. So I was wearing shorts, I was wearing dresses, I was wearing some like tops and stuff like this. And thinking of knitting something warm was just, I don't know, was not an option. So I actually didn't do much knitting in the last month or two. Instead, I was doing lots of sewing and I was filming different clips. I'm actually proud to share with you some things that I made and some progress that I made. And I know that some of you are actually interested in sewing or maybe planning to get into sewing, so let's get on with it. Another reason I was gone, because we are fostering kittens and we took them when they were super small, almost newborns. No, not newborns, but maybe like 1 week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And that requires lots of care. Besides that, I was also working, but I'm gonna show you kittens. They're extremely cute. So when choosing between kittens, choosing between lots of work and knitting and actually sewing, I guess sewing won in this couple of months. I was actually even thinking that maybe for the future, because if you watched my previous knitting vlog or knitting podcast, you know that I actually started a bunch of summer projects. And you know what? I haven't finished a single one. I don't know why, but most of the projects I was doing, they were complex. And I finished most of them like 60%, 70%. Some are finished up to 95%. But at some point, I really had to push through the last part because the projects were complex. They took me the whole summer, the whole like autumn months, which are technically not autumn here in California. And I was so tired of those projects that I was like, you know what? I can't start anything new because I will never finish those. But at the same time, I need to finish them. And I'm so tired of them. That's why I actually also decided to take a break from knitting and do more sewing. Anyway, I'm talking a lot. And let me explain what we're going to have in this vlog. I filmed a bunch of episodes. The video will be long. There will be chapters, all the usual stuff. These videos are not like highly produced. This is basically I was filming while working on certain projects I needed to work on. And I was also talking about the process, so if something like that, like 1 hour of random content is something you might be interested, hop on, hop in, hop on, whatever. Okay, so let's start with the first episode. And I guess like with many sewing vlogs or whatever, crafting vlogs, people always start, or not always, people often start with cleaning the space. I'm notoriously bad at cleaning. I'm good at starting things. I'm good at having like a hyper focus on something, but I'm not good at cleaning. But sometimes I have to do it, especially when it becomes, you know, what's my reasoning to clean, I guess, either when I'm very embarrassed, but recently I stopped being embarrassed about my messiness, so it didn't help. So now the reason to clean is when I'm, let me show you. I mean, I guess you can see. So when the space becomes so small and it becomes so uncomfortable to work on this space, I have to clean it. And mind you, this is a large table. Okay, but the point is I will be doing some cleaning. I'm actually gonna do like 30-minute sprints because I'm unable to, because if I start cleaning for a long time, then I'm just gonna hate it for the rest of my life. So I'm gonna put some 30-minute timer and that's how I'm gonna clean. And as much as I can do in 30 minutes, that's how much I'm gonna clean for now. And then I'm gonna switch to something else because if I don't switch, I'm not gonna finish cleaning. Meanwhile, I can also tell you about some projects that I did. First, some of the projects I did. For example, I did this nice pants. And later on, actually, I will show you all the finished projects and how they look on me. But I might add some photos here as well. So these pants are made out of very nice viscose. It's called, so it's very flowy, and I already test drive these pants many times. I actually even went traveling in them because they're super comfortable to wear and they're very good for a like unpredictable weather when it's like hot, but it might be a little bit chilly, but they're super comfortable to travel. And also these pants, they were actually self-drafted. They're the easiest pants you can make because they don't have pockets. And also, as you can see, they don't have a side seam. So the only seam they have is inseam. And I'm planning to actually repeat these pants again and make some pajamas out of same pattern. It's like a wide leg pant pajama. So it's going to be some comfy pajamas. Yeah. And I might actually film it and I might show it to you. I also actually made, and this I made like a while ago, a shirt from the same fabric. But unfortunately, this was my first self-drafted shirt. It doesn't look very good. So basically, if you look inside, it has like very wonky stitches. Some parts are like falling apart. Because initially this was supposed to be like a nice pajama set, but then I just started wearing the pants. I need to undo some of the stitches and redo this shirt. Also, something was wrong with the sleeves. I made them too short and the sleeves look wonky as well. So I might redo it. What else we have? These are some. I just have like some random fabrics laying around. A few other projects that I did, actually, since it was a summer and it was very hot in September and October, so I did lots of summer stuff. So I also made these shirts. This one's a little bit more complicated than my pants because they have pockets. It's a side seam pocket. I don't know if you can see it. It has this very nice, I would say like probably trendy fabric. It's like a seersucker cotton fabric. And also I made a short. This short follows a pattern and the shorts are self-drafted. It's a little bit weird. As you can see, I didn't add the buttons yet. And it's kind of like, it's a weird short, but I will show you some photos. So this one I actually need to finish. So I'm trying to put things on the finishing rack because there is stuff that I need to finish. I started so many projects, but sometimes it's so hard to finish things because you just want to move on to the next one. And who wants to do the hard parts? So this is the fabric I was using for the set. So I still have some fabric left. So I might do something else out of it. It's really nice fabric, but it's not as soft as I expected it to be. Okay, this is not even supposed to be here. There is one more project that I need to finish, orange linen, and this is supposed to be a dress. I don't know if it was the best color choice. Unfortunately, I need to fix it. I was supposed to be wearing it when it was hot, but I never finished it. Again, as I said, I will show you some footage how it looks on me. So it goes like this, and it's very long, as you can see, it's very long. With this dress, I actually made a mistake because it's also self-drafted. I was following some course. So they said, after you cut the pieces, put them together, try it on. I don't quite know what length I want. Like, I'm not going to try it on because I don't even know what I want to have. I will just do it and then have it. But unfortunately, that was a mistake. So when I finished it or almost finished, it was too big. Then I decided to make it smaller, and when I made it smaller, I made it too small. So now it's too tight in here, so it's like very tight at my chest. So now, although you can see like it's like finished. I don't know if you can see, but it's finished. So the only option I can do, since I have a seam in the back, French seam in the back, so my only chance is to unpick this French seam and make it smaller and hope it will work. And then I can do probably the same on the, I don't want to do the same on the side seam because I have to undo the whole thing. This was actually the fastest project. I did it like in a couple of days, but then because I had fucked it up, I never wanted to finish it. But now I need to finish it somehow. You know, in my past, I was very loose with my thing like, oh, if I don't want to do something, that's fine, just move on to something else. But I don't know, in the last couple of months, I felt like, no, I think I want to go back on pushing myself a little bit, because if I let myself procrastinate, I can just procrastinate forever. So my goal is now I have to finish all the unfinished projects or discard them to decide that I will never finish them before I move to the next one. And by next one, I mean move on something else, like a new project. Another unfinished project. And this is officially the oldest project that I have. So this is my second season into sewing. I already tried sewing, I think in 2021. Yeah, I did several garments, and this was the garment number 4. These were supposed to be shorts that I was making for my husband. And actually I did a really good job. Look at these welt pockets. But unfortunately, when I did it, it was too big for him. He said, like, it's too loose, I don't like it. Then I was trying to make it smaller, and it just, because I didn't know how to make things smaller, because I was just following a pattern. So in the end, I made it not very comfortable for him. So I decided to keep it for myself. So, and then this thing was sitting for God knows how long, because I had to redo the pockets. So I did this nice pocket, downsized them for my husband's much bigger than me. So I did the pleats, or how you call it. So the last thing I need to do, I think they're almost done. Yeah, I did a waistband, so I added elastic in the back. In the front, it has a zipper. I think I did the zipper. Yeah, something was wrong with the zipper. You see, it's like opening. So I need to fix the zipper. And also, the reason why I stopped, I decided instead of buttons, I decided to use this claw. You know, like a dress pants. You use this metal piece that helps to put this part together. I don't know the names. And I actually bought that piece, but where is it? I have no idea. It's like this. Yeah, so actually this is the next project I need to finish. And to be honest, I don't want to finish anything, but I decided to be stern and not start anything. Oh my God, I'm gonna hate myself for that. Found another project, and the funny part, I actually filmed a vlog about this. Maybe actually I should publish it, but I decided not to publish it. So I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna show you how to make the easiest, the fastest self-drafted pants. And I actually did it. So you can see these pants are always done. So let me see. So you see they're finished. They only need the bottom hem and a waistband. And they were supposed to be elastic waistband. But then I don't know what happens sometimes to me, but you know, like I work on something and then I'm like, you know what? What if I add pockets to these pants? And then I started working on pockets. And unfortunately, I never did pockets like this. This is supposed to be, I don't know how you call it, when you add pockets on top of something. So it's not part of the project, it goes on top. But of course I have to add pockets before I finish the waistband. So I started making them. They were supposed to be pockets like this. Again, I don't know the terms, I don't know how they're called. And this project supposed to be it happens sometimes to me, it's supposed to be the fastest project, but then I ended up like, if I add this pocket, how do I plan it? So I actually was watching a bunch of videos trying to figure out how to self-drop this pocket, how to do this piece. And I even did a little mock-up because I was trying different items. So this is a mock-up of the pants I'm making. And I was trying to figure out maybe, can you make a side pocket if you don't have a side seam? I don't know why I'm trying to reinvent the wheel, but I was trying. So it was supposed to look like this. So you see, you have a side pocket, but you don't have a side seam. So basically I had to cut the fabric and then I had to figure out how to manipulate the fabric. But then I was like, okay, maybe it's too complicated. Maybe it's not gonna work. I don't know, it does work here. So I don't know, but I was just worried that this pocket's gonna rip. I don't know. So I need to make a decision because for now it's just an abandoned project. And the sad part, I did it like a month ago, maybe even more. I could have already worn those pants if I didn't decide to do last minute changes. Okay, so this one goes to my pile. I think I need to make a rack there where I can put everything that needs to be finished. What else do we have in here? This beautiful pile. Yeah, actually I need to organize my fabrics. Okay, so here I have a pile up of fabrics. This is a mustard color cotton. I was supposed to make pants out of it, but I haven't done it yet. So this one goes into the pile for the next project. This is supposed to be my next project too. It's like a stripy, I think it's also seersucker. So I have a lot of this fabric and I think I will make a pajama set out of it. I actually found this YouTube video that tells you how to do a shirt how it's called. So when you make a short like this one, your sleeves have to be, you know, attached, and this makes it very complicated for self-drafting, because if you mess up this part, it's not going to look good. But I found a video tutorial and I want to try it. When you make a shirt, sleeves and a body are one piece. I don't know what's the term for it. I'm going to put it on the screen. In terms of my outfits, I actually realized I like to wear shirts in summer especially, and I think I will want to sew as many different shirts as possible, but I'm gonna test it out first with this fabric because it's gonna be pajamas, so if it's a little bit messed up, it's not as bad. This one, actually, I finished shorts out of this fabric. This is actually my favorite shirts. So it has pockets, and actually it has this cute colored pockets. So these are very simple shorts. They're also self-drafted. And I have some fabric left, and either I make a top out of it, matching the shirts, or maybe I make a summer dress, but since the summer is almost out, probably not. I will put it next to this fabric because it's not much left, but I might still use it. Okay, this needs to go in the laundry. I actually bought lots of fabrics they were like super trendy. So there was also this fabric. If you follow Pinterest, you probably saw it. So this one, I was planning to make summer pants, but I never finished it because I was working on other things. So I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna finish it this year, but okay, next one. I have this fabric. Initially, my summer dress was supposed to be out of this fabric, but then for some reason, I decided it's like too thick. So I don't know, maybe I make pants, or maybe I just leave it for something else. And also, a shorting fabric, and I was planning to make a short out of it, but I haven't gotten to it because after I finished my first shirt, I just like, it's so complicated to make shirts. Shorts, the bottoms are easy, but upper parts, it's so complicated. Also, I have this fabric. This one's actually, yeah, so let's do it like this. So let me organize this. This is probably going to be my next project. I found also a very cool tutorial how to make pants, like something you can, like, you know, wear at home, or like some super casual pants, and I want to make them out of this. And then the next project will be these pajamas. So let's put them as a top priority, because I like to keep the fabrics visible, the ones I'm gonna work on, so I don't forget. Because sometimes I forget, like, oh, I plan to do this, and then somehow slipped out of my mind. Okay, I might need like to have a shelf, something where I can store it. So this will be my top projects, and then the rest. Maybe this one will be the next. Maybe this ones I need to remove because I don't think I will be working with it right now. Okay, and oh my God, I'm such a messy person. Okay, what's my timer? I have 8 minutes left, so now I think I'm just gonna do a speed run of cleaning because there is not much to explain. And then we're gonna meet back when I'm actually working on something. Anyway, I'm starting with my first project that I want to finish. It's my orange summer dress. I know, for most of you, it may not make sense to do the summer dress now, but since we still have some warm days, I hope I will be able to wear it. Let's see. See how good I'm at selecting fabric and thread? Something I learned, I don't know if it will make sense to other people, but something that makes your garment that you make yourself look even better if you can match the thread to the fabric. I don't know why it does it, but the less visible is the thread. Obviously, you're not going to see uneven stitches and so on, but the better it is. Okay, let me show you my dress and tell you what's wrong with it. As you can see, the summer dress is very loose. I mean, you can see fully, but it's very loose, and it's kind of tight in here. You don't really see it, but it's just like a little bit tight. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain this. It's hard to explain, but it's tight. Just trust. Like around this area, there is like a little bit of pressure. So my plan is to take out something from the middle seam in the back. Anyway, let me unpick the seam, try to make it bigger, and then I show you when I finish it. I unpicked part of the seam, so it's still intact here, and I just unpicked a little bit. Unfortunately, since it's a French seam and I cut the fabric really close, there's nothing I can do here. So I will just try and wait, where is the, okay, I'm lost. That's what happens. It's too long. This one is quite thick, so I guess I'll just reduce it. I don't know. I don't think it will give me much space, but that's all I can do. Unless I also undo the side seams, but so we're gonna go from here probably. So I finished stitching, but now I don't know if my camera focuses, but now I have all these loose threads, and this is, mind you, the right side. So I forgot to cut it, to trim it before I started stitching, and now I have this mess. And I feel like I was trying to fix something that in reality I just made it worse. I have these scissors, they usually help not cutting the fabric, but still, there's still a great chance. As you can see, it's getting darker. I didn't do much today, but at least I did the cleaning. I also had to clean a bird's cage today, and that just took out a lot of time. But I didn't film it, obviously. Nobody wants to see me cleaning the bird cage. Okay, so this is the wrong side. Fixed this seam. So you see there was the old seam, and I made the one a little bit thinner. So now I have like maybe extra centimeter or less of fabric. That's all I can get. So now I need to fix this hole that I made. Because of course, when I made this one bigger, I forgot that I will need to fix the inner part. And without fixing the inner part, I mean, I tried, I was like, it's not so bad. Then I stitched it together. And then when I was stitching, I'm like, no, because obviously the inner part has to be bigger than the outer part, because otherwise the tightness that I was complaining about, basically it's in the inner part. Yeah, so this was the old stitch, and then I made a new one to basically make it bigger. So now I need to remove the lower stitch, so this thing becomes bigger. Yeah, basically I'm undoing this.
Performing the new brand romances, the novels where we don't before. You've managed to read them a couple of times, but no more. But no more.
Well, I fixed the straps. Maybe they're too long. I don't know. Be good for now. So now I need to do the hem, and unfortunately I don't know how to do it. Okay guys, we're moving towards the hem, and I did the cutting. Unfortunately, I had to I couldn't figure it out how to do it on my own. I had to use help, and I didn't film it. Okay, wait. So now I just do the hem. I did this, now I have to trim it, and then I'm gonna turn it like this, and it's gonna be narrow.
This is the land of the brave, the bookworm security dancers. You are collecting my names, performing the new brand romances, the novels where we don't before. You've managed to read them a couple of times, but no.
Okay guys, I'm super proud of myself. I finished the dress. I'm gonna wear it a little bit and then decide whether I want to alter it or not. But actually the little alteration I did here is really good because it's loose and before it was very tight. I might lift this part a little bit, but we'll see about that. For now, it's just gonna be like that. Okay guys, the next day, actually 2 days later, because yesterday I didn't have time. So I finished the dress. Now I'm working my next project. I have these pants that technically I can just wear like this because they are very loose pants, but I usually wear them like that. And just I don't know why, but recently I started wearing everything more high-waisted. I don't know. Am I getting older? I don't know. Anyway, so I show you the clip how these pants look on me in real life. So the problem with these pants, as it is a problem with any pants that I buy from a store. So this is the hip situation, so I have a little bit of positive ease in the hips. But in general, as you can see, it looks normal. But here comes the waist. I always have this extra fabric. And my plan is actually to try to fix it. I never fixed any jeans or jeans looking pants like this, when you have to technically remove the waistband in the back and then you have to take out some fabric. And I saw some tutorials where people take out here, basically whatever is extra, they just remove it. But then I heard somebody saying that it's incorrect. And it does look a little bit wonky. So yesterday I found a bunch of other tutorials. So what they did, they unpicked this seam and they took out on each side, like here and here. And then there was another tutorial that undid this part and actually took out. So you see I already have one I'll call it. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe instead of this, I will need to add another one or maybe two in here. You know, I have so much because I never measure things, but that's probably a good thing. Oh, yeah. So technically, okay, that's a lot. I need to take technically 12 centimeters, around 5 inches, which is a lot. I don't know, get 12. So let's say I take 2 here, 4, 8 to go. Let's say I take 3 from each side. 3 and 3 will be 6. I still have 6 left, so I still have to take something in the back. Okay, so look, if I pull it up the way how I want to wear it, if you look at the side seam, it's here. So technically I can move it maybe like 2 centimeters to the side. But the problem is the extra weight, extra fabric is in the back. It's not in the front, because if I do it like this, you can see how the seam goes in there. So if I place the seam in the right, in the right side, here's where I have the extra. So here I don't have much extra. You know, the hardest part is to start unpicking. No, that's not the hardest. The hardest is to not leave it hanging like I usually do. These pants were waiting for months. I can't have the same mistake. Another reason I'm actually interested in doing this right now, because I'm planning to make my own jeans. I just ordered some salvage denim. I'm hoping I will be able to do my own jeans. I already have a video tutorial that I'm gonna follow. So it's good for me to see the construction inside out and to practice. I'm confident in my sewing machine because I bought the sewing machine that I bought a while ago. It's called Heavy Duty. And when I was making these pants, so for example here, look how thick it is. My machine almost didn't choke on it. Like especially from here, you can see how even are the stitches. Yeah, so my machine is very heavy duty. Manage the mission. Because this jeans is very thick, and the ones I ordered should arrive this week. I don't know, but I hope it's not too thick as well. Oh my god, it takes me forever. Oh my god, look how many threads I need to unpick. And while I'm doing this unpicking, let us discuss something interesting. Technically, this year is my first year when I sewing almost every week. There were days, for example, in spring when I was sewing literally every day. And I don't know, it takes me a while to finish one garment, obviously. And I hate those tutorials that are like, finish this pants in 3 hours. Seriously, in 3 hours, I can't even manage to finish drafting. I don't know, maybe when you sew for a long time, you can literally do it in 1 hour. But when you're learning, when you have to watch tutorial for each step, when you have to remember, when you make mistakes, it doesn't work this way. And I think when I started sewing first time, that wouldn't probably discouraged me the most, that I was probably expecting the fast results. Now I'm more like just enjoying the process because I'm really curious how it how it will all turn out, if it will be something that I will wear or not. And I have to say that the first garments that I finished a couple of years ago, when it was my first season of sewing, I didn't really wear them much. So I did pajama pants, and I actually did wear them. They were decent pajama pants, but the stitches were so wonky that I don't know. So this pajama pants started falling apart, and the fabric itself wasn't. Oh my god, the way how it's made, kind of okay. Whoever did this, it's kind of look. I don't understand. It's not. I don't think it's supposed to be like really bunched up. I don't know, I don't think you can see it. Anyway, I almost unpicked. Then I think the next project I made linen pants, and I actually still have them until now, and I even wear them sometimes because they're linen. So because sometimes when I to my work I need to wear long pants, something that can protect my skin from dogs who jump on me and scratch. But for example, it's very hot, so in this case I usually wear those pants because they're linen, so they're not very hot, but they protect me from dogs who jump on me. Yeah, if you didn't know, I work with dogs. Anyway, so these pants, I didn't like them. They were super weird. First of all, they were very low-waisted, although they were not supposed to. Then the pockets were kind of weird, and they were like too tight on me. And then I made a shirt. I think it was a Donya shirt, and I didn't choose the best fabric. I think I chose the cheap cotton that's usually used for quilting. So that shirt was super weird, and my husband says that it looks like I'm applying for a nursing job. So at some point when I was decluttering, I just got rid of it because I just never wore it. It was too tight, like it didn't fit the fabric and stuff like this. Okay, yeah. So my first season, I think I was so discouraged, and something that nobody told me, I guess, that you just have to accept that the first, like, I don't know, 5-10 items that you're gonna make, it's not something that you're gonna wear. So don't waste money on expensive fabric. Don't try to make something that like will take you forever and you really like expect wearing it. So that's why I think like, I was really discouraged because, you know, my goal was like, okay, I can make my own garments, but then I realized like the garments I make, I don't want to wear them. And that was really discouraging. But then when during my second season, like I did a couple of garments that I'm not gonna wear, and it's not that I regret making them, but it was like a learning curve. But at the same time, what saved me this season, I just focused on one garment. So this time I focused on bottoms, and I did bunch of different pants. Some pants with the waistband, some pants like these ones with the elastic waistband. I did some simple like pants I can wear without pockets because it's so easier. And I did bunch of different pants where I could experiment like how high-waisted they are, how wide, how I finished the inseam and all these things. And I think this is what kind of helped me because after I did like 10 pants, I ended up like having, first of all, lots of pants that I'm actually wearing. And now I'm like so confident around pants that you see, I'm trying to make jeans pants as well. And my next goal is right now I'm working on making shorts. Unfortunately, this is a little bit harder than pants, at least for me, but this is my next goal. So I'm trying to tackle each garment to the point when I'm so confident in it. So if I decide like, oh, I want another shirt in this fabric, in this color, I can just order this fabric and just easily make it because I already know how to make it. I'm not saying there is a route for everyone, but I guess this is a route for me. Just focus on one type of garment and master it. Because before what would happen, I would make a pants and then I would like pajama pants and then I made a shirt. By the time I was doing the shirt, I already forgot how I was making pajama pants. So I would never be able to replicate it quickly. But now I can literally make pants without anything. Like I don't need any pattern. I can literally draw them on fabric. And the next thing that I realized in my sewing journey, I mean, besides the fact when you have day job, it's actually interferes with your sewing. But at the same time, when I tried my first phase or season of sewing, I actually had much more free time on my hands. And surprisingly, I was sewing less. And now I actually have a day job and I'm actually sewing much more often. So I guess having more free time doesn't prove anything. It supposedly should be easier for you to do things, but in reality, we can so easily get lost in doing God knows what. So what I realized is actually more important for me personally, because I want to be sewing more, to be sewing every day, is to have intention. Sorry for this word. To have intention and not even a plan, but a infrastructure to be able to sew a little bit every day. So, for example, what I do now, and I think I did this mistake in my first season of sewing when I tried to, let's say, like I would have one project and I would try to finish it in one day or in over the weekend. I would stay late and I would be so exhausted and so annoyed. And of course, by the time you spend like 15 hours sewing, even if you find a mistake, you don't want to undo anything, you just want to finish. But now I don't anymore sew anything in one go. I have like, I don't know, put things in portions. For example, the first portion is to, let's say if I have tutorial that I'm following, to watch the tutorial and try to make it, like let's say if I'm self-drafting, try to make a draft. Usually like I need to take measurements and I need to maybe draw like a simple sketch, because if you self-draft, you have to do some math, you have to, figure out what will be the numbers for you. So the first portion I will do is figuring the numbers. Second portion, if I'm making a pattern, my own pattern, then I will draw it on a paper. Or if I already have a pattern, let's say it's like I'm repeating like pants like this, or I did buy a commercial pattern, then my stage would be just prep and cut the fabric. And something about prepping the fabric, all the fabric that I have in my stash, I already pre-washed them. So whenever I'm ready to work with this fabric, it's already pre-washed. The reason I have to do, because I don't have a washing machine. Welcome to San Francisco. I don't have a washing machine at home. It's like apartment living in San Francisco. So I don't have a liberty to just go and pre-wash something. So I have to go to the laundry room. So that's why all the fabrics that I buy, I try to, like whenever I'm doing my next laundry, I always pre-wash my fabric as well, obviously in a separate machine. So this saves me some time on drying and prepping it. And then the next step would be, actually it's not even about the steps. So anyway, like to cut it and to do it in small steps. And usually I have like a plan, like, okay, like right now I will only do like this seam. And I try to do like one seam per day, per evening. Basically, when I come from work, I just immediately go to my sewing table and do a little bit, because what I noticed about myself, and this is the next thing that, okay, as usual, I can either talk or do. I was always considering myself a multitasking person, but I guess not so much. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to work on my sewing immediately after I come home. Because what I noticed, if I first like do something else, maybe get on the couch, just like tell myself like, oh, just relax a little bit, and then I'm gonna be sewing. Unfortunately, with me, this will never happen. I mean, maybe it works for other people, but this just doesn't work for me. I will be lazy. I will be like, maybe tomorrow. I don't want to do it now. So I have to do it right when I come home, because usually when I come home, even if I'm tired, until I'm sitting down, I'm still ready to go. And the second option that I'm exploring now, trying to do it before going to work. For example, today I woke up early thanks to kittens because I had to feed them. And usually when I like to have my slow morning. So usually if I have time before work, if I woke up early or my work starts later, I just do nothing. I just sit on the couch, have my breakfast, do a little bit of like knitting and stuff like this. But this time I'm like, how about I spend this like a couple of hours that I have? And mind you, I have lots of time in the morning because I don't do my hair, I don't do makeup, I don't do all these things. So thanks God, I don't do this, because otherwise I would not have time. And I usually take shower at night, not in the morning. So, and I don't always eat breakfast, or I eat something like simple, like something quick. So I don't need to prep it. That's what I eat breakfast every day. It's just I don't need to prep it much. Basically, eat the same thing every day. I eat peanut butter, jam sandwiches, or pastries if I have pastries, and a little bit of yogurt. That's my everyday food. It actually saves time too, and you don't need to think what to eat. yeah, so now I'm trying to explore doing this in the morning, because usually the morning are quite wasted on doing nothing. And the goal is not to try to finish anything, but just either, if I don't have much time, I remember when I was like super even tired, I would just put a timer, and you saw me doing the same with cleaning. I would put a timer for 30 minutes, and I would try to do at least something for 30 minutes, because if I do 30 minutes every day, that makes you a couple of hours a week, and you can actually make a progress. And also the cool part is, like, when you're doing 30 minutes, you may end up working more if you really like the process. Oh my god, I only unpicked one side. This thing takes forever. Problem is, unfortunately, that sometimes I come home and I'm hungry or I'm tired, and I feel like, and I start lying to myself that no, I'm just gonna relax for a second on the couch and then I'm gonna go up. But then there are bottlenecks. And here are my bottlenecks. So I need to figure, so it's about infrastructure, but it's also about like a system. So when you have like a little things, like, sometimes you need to do some basting, or sometimes you need to do something else that I can actually do downstairs. So I need to be, so it's actually, in order to find time for sewing, I just have to have efficient systems. It's not about actual time, it's about like organizing the process. And that's what I need to be better about this season, because I'm getting back at sewing and I want to be sewing more often. Okay, guys, I'm finished. And first of all, I have a little helper here. Okay, the helper doesn't want to be on a video. Okay. Oh, wait, I'll need to remove the pocket as well. Oh, fuck. Just realized that I will need to, if I want to work on this one, I will need to undo the pocket. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, it's much more complicated than I thought. I'm gonna stop it here. I still need to undo another dart and 2 pockets, and I'm just tired. I will do it later. Okay, guys. Now the final moment. It's super dark outside. It's only 6 p.m., but it's already so dark. So I unpicked all the seams that I needed to unpick. So I had to remove the waistband. I had to remove these parts. Then I had to undo the side seams from both sides. I only did like 20 centimeters, which is what, like, I don't know, 7 inches, something like this. So obviously I didn't do the whole thing, only to the part where, because my hips are like this, so only to the widest part of my hip. Also, I unpicked these darts that were here. I don't know if you can see. They were darts. The biggest waste reducing I'm planning to do with this dart. So it was like something like maybe 2 centimeters, like half an inch. My plan to make it 6 centimeters. I already marked it actually, so it's gonna be a really big dart, something like this big. So this is how much it was, and this is how much it's gonna be. It's like almost like, I think, 2 inches dart. I hope it will work, but I have very protruding butt, so it probably will make sense. The reason I had to remove the pocket, because as you can see, so when the dart closes, the pocket is flat. But if you close it more, obviously the pocket will start like protruding like this. That's why I removed it. I didn't remove it fully because I feel like this part probably gonna stay where it is, but the side parts I will need to move. What I also did, unfortunately, I had to remove some stuff in here. So like here, I had a metal piece like this, like a little, I don't know how it's called, the ones they use for jeans. So I had to remove it. It was here because I'm planning to move the seam a little bit more inside. So basically, before, this was the seam allowance, probably like, I don't know, 1 centimeter, but I'm planning to do it twice bigger. At least that's my plan. Yeah, I have to say this whole project is much more complex than I expected it to be. Okay, so this is one of my darts, and I need to put it together like this. The reason I'm actually doing mostly the darts, because as I explained, I think I did explain before, I feel like the most work I need to do around my backside, so I need to reduce my waistband in the backside. That's why I'm doing the darts. The side seams, I'm actually regretting that I removed that metal clips, because maybe I don't need to remove them. But it's too late. Wait, where is it? Actually, guys, the most important part that I didn't tell you, I'm so lucky that I have the thread that matches these pants. So if you look at it, this is the original thread. Okay, sorry, you can't see. This is the original thread. And this is the one I have. It's nice hand. Anyway, they look the same. They're the same texture, the same thickness. So I'm super happy and lucky about it. And I actually bought it before when I was doing the hams thread, because if it looked differently, I would probably not do this project, because I have to, you know, redo the upper part of the pants, and it would be too visible for me to use another thread. But this one matches perfectly. Okay, guys, I did the darts. So the darts, yeah, you see here the darts. Look how big they are, nice and big. So technically, actually, maybe I didn't even need to undo the side seams. Okay, let me try it. Here's the moment of truth. I'm gonna use some of these clips. So this was the old side seams. Just gonna, you know, be flashing my body at you. So technically it's already much better. Okay, now you're gonna see my back. I will not see it before you see it. Does it look nice without anything? Yeah, you see, so this one doesn't need to be fixed. This one is enough. So now I'm actually regretting that I did this, because I might not need to do anything with the side seams. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Okay, I mean, you don't know unless you do it. Okay, next time I know I don't need to remove this part. Oh fuck, can I also remove these things? Okay, good, guys. So I just realized that Machi is helping me. Okay, Machi is helping me. So I just realized that maybe I don't need to reduce the side seams. But that's actually a bad and a good news, because that means next time if I need to work in a similar way, I don't need to do side seams. I just need to do the darts in the back. And this is also a good learning, because I have lots of pants that kind of look awkward in a bag. So now when I'm going to be self-drafting my own pants, I definitely need a very big darts, because the way how my body works. Okay, Machi, can you go to my shoulder? Machi, go to my shoulder. Go to my shoulder, Machi. Actually, the best way to see it is like this. So if I put it here, so you see how big is the dip between the ruler, like here. Yeah, so this is actually the size of a dart for me, technically. Because in front, I don't have this problem, because I have a little bit of a pot belly that takes all the fabric, so I don't need to reduce anything in front, especially after I eat. So this was the original seam was here. So I'm probably gonna do so I'm trying to take here. Wait, I'm trying to take here and leave here, so only the waistband gets affected. Something like this. So I don't need to remove much. No. Yes, I need to leave it here. So this is my new side seam. Looks perfect. I feel like I can, I mean, technically I can still reduce more, but I guess I can just help it with the waist. So now I need to reattach to the waist back. Yeah, so I used this. So this is where I need to put my stitch. Let me see. Still bands. Okay. So this was the original. This is mine. I need to do another one. More focus. Next one. We'll see. I finished one of the pockets. It's like fully attached. As you can see, the second one, I still need to stitch it up, but I'm getting tired. And since I still need to do waistband, and I also need to fix the those belt loops, so it's gonna be another hour, and I don't have this hour. I still need to take a shower, and shower for people like me, shower requires energy as well, so I need to leave some energy. Something I didn't show you that I also did on the side seams, I actually had this top stitch, which I did. My beautiful top stitch. Yes. 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 I don't know if it's good. As good as it gets. Guys, the next day, I was literally thinking I will not finish it today because I'm so tired. I just wanted to sit, watch some movies and knit, but here I am. I think the only reason I'm going to finish this project, hopefully tonight, because I decided that even if I don't want it, I have to do at least a little bit. So I finished the second pocket. So now the pockets are back. Okay, guys, I officially finished. Now you're gonna see it try on. If you hear some sounds in the background, it's my bird that's supposed to go to bed already. Okay, the moment of truth. Oh, oh my God, I made them too tight. Oh. Seriously, I made them too tight. Oh no. Oi. Okay, guys, the major reveal. I even changed the part. So, they extremely snug. I would say they might be even too tight, but that's what I wanted. And look at this now. With my pockets that I fixed. The waistband. I think it's perfect. Okay, guys, I think it's day 5 or 6 or 7. I lost track of this sewing vlog. I didn't do much. I mean, the vlog probably gonna be long, but I didn't do much as I would want it to do because the work, the kittens take a lot of time. Plus, we were changing food for them. They started having some pooping problems. It was a lot of work. Also, yesterday I had to go to the dentist and they extracted my tooth. Actually, it was 2 days ago, and I'm still struggling with it. And I don't want to do anything. I feel like super fatigued and lazy. But I decided that I had a plan to do a little bit of sewing every day, and I already skipped yesterday because of the dental thing. So I'm trying to do at least something today. And I don't quite know what I will be doing, but I hope I'll be doing something. Unfortunately, before continuing on sewing anything, I have another problem. I don't know how it happens, but do you remember that in the beginning of the week, we just cleaned it? That's why I think I'm so notoriously bad finding time for my hobbies. First of all, I have lots of distractions and I'm easily distractible person. Sir, can you come here, please? Okay, don't chew anything there. Are you ready to go? Okay, come here. First of all, I have a bird that makes you pay attention to them every 5 seconds, because if you don't, he's getting in trouble, chewing on something, doing something he's not supposed to do, and stuff like this. And don't you dare to leave any food outside, because he's absolutely untrained not to steal food. He's being a little seagull. Anyway, yeah, but the biggest part for me that every time I do something creative, I feel like I create more and more mess, and sometimes I just don't want to do anything and sometimes I just don't feel like cleaning. That's why I can't even do anyway, but I have to clean, and I feel like half of my blog will be me cleaning something, which is not the norm. I usually don't clean as much, but this is really a lot, and for some reason it keeps piling up. Okay, what I did, I cleaned the leftover fabrics from this. So this is still a good piece. So I'm going to put it together with those fabrics that are still can be used for something else. And then the small pieces I put in this bag. It's called bias tape. I actually already have a bag with leftovers, but I want to keep specifically a bias bag because sometimes you need to create a bias tape, but you don't want to use the fabric you already have. And it's kind of cool to use something like this. I'm sweeping on the floor. That is my way to do it. My floor is messy. Okay, so what we're gonna work on today? First one, we're gonna finish these shirts. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try it on, see if everything is fine. And then I'm gonna do the hole, the button. And I actually need to finish the inside part. So you see, actually talking about bias tape. So this is the outside out. And I used bias tape to finish the pockets. And also I used bias tape for the flyer, for the zip. So I need to do the same for here. I don't have this linen anymore, so I'm just gonna use some of that orange that I just saved. Okay guys, the shorts. So these are the shorts. So I have a little issue that this zipper is kind of opening up. So I'm hoping I can fix it by, I don't know, probably iron it and maybe add a stitching or something. I don't know. I mean, they're a little bit wrong because you can see that the seam is pulling forward. So the front part, I think these darts are a little bit too big. But I'm not gonna undo them because I already finished the, this part. In the back, I don't know, I hope they look good in the back. Anyway. Unfortunately, these pockets are a little bit too high, as you can see, because don't ask me why. Oops. So I have these two pieces. So I'm gonna put, I guess, one probably somewhere. I never used this type of stuff, so I have no fucking idea. I'm reading the instruction. Maybe I need to fix the zipper. Yeah, maybe I need to undo this part. Okay. So you see how it goes here and then it goes there. So I think I need to fix that side. And if you guys, like average normal person, hate fixing things, here is my encouragement to you to fix. Sometimes it's worth it because it maybe increases the chance that you're going to be actually wearing this item. Because this zipper will definitely annoy me. And I don't think it's that long to fix. It's just at some point you're like, oh, I don't want to fix anything anymore. I just want to finish it. So what I need to do, I need this thing to be pushed a little bit like that. And now, oh, okay, I need to fix this part too. And since we're at this, which one is that? Yeah, we need to fix this one as well. I think that's what happened when I was super tired and I was eager to finish it. So, and then I ran out of thread and I'm like, whatever, I just use whatever thread I have. But unfortunately, it's a front part and it's gonna be annoying. You know, if I didn't notice it, that would be fine. But since I already noticed it, it will bug the crap out of me. So I'm gonna turn it outside out, stitch here, and then turn it like this. See if we can fix it. Okay, first we need to fix this one. No. Okay, guys, I fixed it. Let me show you. So at least this part somewhat even, but it's extremely crooked. I don't know, but this pants piss me off so much, so I might just leave it this way. Okay, so now we need to add this part. You know, sometimes I hear that there are people who don't know how to use the sewing needle and how to sew by hand. And I'm just thinking like from, I don't know, maybe it's my generation, maybe it's my cultural kind of difference, but I feel like everyone knows how to do it. And it's not that I'm critiquing people who don't know how to do it. Obviously, if you never, nobody taught you to do it, why would you know how to do it? But it's just weird to think that there are people who don't know how to do it. And talk. So I don't know, every time when I plan to do like several projects, I don't know, it took me a couple of hours just to do this little one. Sometimes it's hard to remember that we're just here to enjoy the process. Wait, actually, I saw this one technique that people using. Let me try to remember it. Okay, let's try it. Okay. So next time I need to make it a little bit close to here so it doesn't do this. I think this one is too loose. Okay guys, actually I even fixed the elastic because I felt like the pants are too big. Basically I just made this hole, you can see. Technically I could even take even more elastic. Okay. You know what I forgot? I need to do the hems as well. Oh my goodness. You see? The hem is not finished, and I also need to figure out how long I want these pants to be. Okay. Okay, so they're gonna be approximately this long. So I need to figure it out and make it even from both sides. Okay guys, the hem number 1 is done. It's outside part and this is the right side. Okay, I'm gonna finish the second one and then bias tape and we're done for today. This truly endless process. Now I need to finish with the waistband and bias tape. I actually have this, it was one of the straps and I made too many for the dress, so I'm repurposing now as my bias tape. So basically it's gonna go around this part. I probably need to use a basting, something tells me. I'm doing extremely sloppy basting. Actually, maybe it is too sloppy. Oh, fuck me. So as much as I hate basting, this is the time when it's actually gonna be helpful. I'm just worried this part gonna be so bulky. My waistband gonna be like something very thick. I have to say it's gonna be extremely cringe. Okay guys, I finished this horrible pants orange. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So these pants are probably the worst pants I finished in my life so far. They're probably even worse than my first projects. But since they look okay from outside, I decided that we're gonna keep it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll show you how. I haven't tried them yet. Oh my god, this does look like, oh my god, this is a disaster. Okay, I might, this pants might go organize my space. So as I said, from outside, they're not the worst. Okay guys, a little proud moment. I'm actually wearing my dress. Also, I cleaned. I need to see it. cleaned under, cleaned above the table, cleaned here. I even vacuumed here. I don't think I showed you, but that area was really messed up. I cleaned everything, super organized. I even put all my stuff in there. I even put some pictures that I meant to put for God knows how many months. Here's the little corner of my bedroom where is my workspace. And as you remember, for this week I had a plan to finish mini projects, and I have still have them hanging there, but I'm so tired from just constantly doing things, so I actually decided to do some sewing. Okay guys, let's do it. You already know what I'm gonna be doing. I have this fabric. I should have a lot of it. I think I bought 3 yards, so it should be enough for pants and a shirt. So it's gonna be pajama slash summer lounge pants. So basically, these pants are gonna use the whole width of the fabric. So basically, the way how it's gonna work, so it goes here. Here I'm gonna connect. This side has no seam, and this is the waistband. So tomorrow I just put them together, and voila. Okay guys, something went wrong because, okay, so these are the pants. Basically tomorrow I'm gonna do this stitch, but I think I fucked it up. I did something wrong and they're too tight. So if I connect there, you see how tight they become? So tomorrow I'll have to figure out how to fix it. I don't know what happened. Actually, guys, this is going to be the outro for this vlog. So I ended this vlog on the moment when I did a very disastrous mistake. And I don't remember actually, did I explain it or not in the video, but I did this mistake where I did all my math and I made a small mistakes. Instead of taking 6 centimeters, I took 16 centimeters. So I ended up cutting too much fabric and now my pants are too tight. I took a couple of days to figure out what should I do. Should I somehow fix them? I can technically add, I can actually create a side seam and add more fabrics there, but because it's a stripy fabric, I don't know. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do. I have some fabric left, so I can just redo pants from the whatever leftover fabric that I have. They can be either pants or shorts, depends on how much fabric I have. And then the rest I can repurpose into the short, because technically I wanted to have a pajama set. So here is a little cliffhanger for you. I'm not going to tell you what happened to those pants, but something is happening to them. And in order to know, you're going to have to wait for the next episode of my sewing vlog. I don't know when it's going to be, maybe next month, because I'm not a fast, as you can guess from this vlog, I'm not a very fast sewist, and I don't really have much time to sew. I have lots of hobbies, not enough time. So let's leave it at this. In the next episode, you're going to see what happened to those pajamas. Bye bye. See you in my next video.